Well, veterans gathered today at the World War II Memorial in Washington, D.C. to mark the 72nd anniversary of D-Day. On this day in 1944, the largest amphibious invasion in history began. Now, the goal was to liberate the German-occupied areas of northwestern Europe. The Allies landed 156,000 troops in Normandy, taking control of the region by summer's end.
An elementary school teacher plans to visit the beaches of Normandy this fall.
Yeah, she's one of 33 teachers with Franklin Community Schools to receive a grant for an educational trip. But as Jenny Runovich shows us tonight, this journey is also very personal for Franklin's Teacher of the Year.
Yeah, that's Omaha Beach.
Flipping through her father's photo album is an education for teacher Ann Wilson.
This came from the ship when it was commissioned for World War II.
The story of his service that was never talked about. Fred Floberg, a naval lieutenant during World War II.
I think when you face something so big, it changes you forever, and it did to my dad.
Growing up, this painting of her father's ship during the war hung above the fireplace, but for years, she never knew about the role it played near Normandy, a small ship designed to help larger vessels avoid danger on D-Day.
Assigned to get through the mines to try to get these bigger ships closer to the land so they could bring men and supplies in.
It wasn't until her siblings saw a story in a book that they learned their dad was lucky to survive the invasion.
There was a story about my father's ship and that it was hit and there were fatalities, and that's how we found out about my dad's experience at D-Day.
An experience that 72 years later, Wilson will get to see firsthand. She just received a $5,000 grant to take a trip to Normandy this fall and then share the lessons learned with her fourth grade students in Franklin.
Thanks to Franklin Community Schools and Johnson Memorial Hospital, they made this possible.
She plans to trace the path of Indiana journalist Ernie Pyle and her own father on that fateful day in June, bringing their service to life for a new generation of young people.
And they love story, and when they know it's all real, it becomes pretty important. And that's what makes teaching so special.
And for Wilson, this trip is both a professional and personal journey through history.
They're right here, D-Day, June 6, 1944.
In the place where her father protected the fleet and so many heroes never came home. Jenny Runovich, Channel 13 Eyewitness News.